I want to start right with Bitcoin and what you see as the outlook for Bitcoin's price. In recent weeks, you've come out and said $1.5 million per Bitcoin by the year 2030. Since then, though, we've seen quite a few outflows. We've seen a lot of volatility. Sonali just went through that. Is that still your view? 1.5 million by 2030?
Yes, it is our view. I think right now we're in a risk-off period generally. And if you've been watching Bitcoin, it's almost been a leader in terms of risk on, risk off. So I think that's what we're seeing. If we look at our on-chain analytics, what we see is, I'm sorry, I have to get this off. If you look at our on-chain analytics, what you will see is that we are in the middle of, we're a little bit more than halfway through a 4-year cycle. We think we're still in a bull market. And we believe that the deregulation that we're seeing here in the United States is going to be very important to institutions moving into this new asset class. Asset allocators have to have a point of view on this new asset class. And we think by putting it in portfolios, risk-adjusted returns for the entire portfolio will go up.
One question I have to the point you're making here on where the risk appetite stands around Bitcoin versus other asset classes, there has been a serious dip in markets, Cathie. If you had to choose where you would buy the dip the most, would it be in Bitcoin, Tesla, or Nvidia?
Oh my goodness. Well, we post our trades every day, and you'll see that we've been buying Tesla and names that mimic Bitcoin and other crypto assets like Coinbase, like Robinhood, taking advantage of this risk-off period.
So what does this mean in terms of where you see things going? Do you see more of a sell-off before things get better in these risk assets, Bitcoin or otherwise? How do you know that we're not at the lows?
So one of the things we think is going on right now is, and Treasury Secretary Bessent today said he does not believe that we're going into a recession. We think we've been in a rolling recession and that we are actually going to see some negative quarters here. And that's because the velocity of money is collapsing as people, the labor force is worried that, and we're talking about federal, state, and local, quasi-government categories like education and healthcare. There's a lot of fear around job security right now. So we see the saving rate going up. We see the velocity of money coming down. And we do think we'll see 1 or 2 negative quarters. What we believe that will do is set this administration up and the Fed up with more degrees of freedom for tax cuts and perhaps lower interest rates, or at least ending quantitative tightening.
Hold on to your seats as we delve into an electrifying revelation brought to you by Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Investment Management, regarding the future of meme cryptocurrencies. Brace yourself for a roller coaster of insights involving blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, and the intriguing realm of digital assets inspired by jokes and pop culture trends. Welcome back to Investocracy Crypto.
The Wall Street Journal reported that the Trump family has held deal talks with Binance following that guilty exchange plea. And then also you have the president getting into meme coins. You have World Liberty Financial. Are you at all concerned that the Trump family is too close to crypto?
Well, I think the Trump family is very supportive of crypto, which is great. It's completely different from the environment we had been in. Our view on meme coins, we're not as focused on them. We would not be putting them into our various private funds because, and I think that the combination of AI and blockchain technology is creating millions of these meme coins. We think most of them are not going to be worth very much. We think there are just going to be a few crypto assets that will gain most of the spoils in the entire ecosystem.
Cathie, even some of the people who believe most firmly in the crypto story here, they are still worried about those meme coins and a lot of retail investors being stuck holding the bag. And another thing that's happening at the same time is you have a lot of exchanges looking to loosen their listing standards. Do you worry that this could go too far, that too many coins that are going to hurt retail investors ultimately will be listed on too many exchanges?
Well, I think that the SEC did a very important thing in declaring these meme coins not securities. What they essentially were saying is, we are not going to regulate them, and it's buyer beware. And so if I have one message for those listening who are buying meme coins, buyer beware. And I think the message is loud and clear from the regulators. What we think will happen is there will be some fearsome declines in the prices of some of these meme assets. And, there's nothing like losing money for people to learn. And they'll learn that the SEC and regulators are not taking responsibility for these meme coins.
Cathie Wood sounds the alarm on the potential worthlessness of the majority of these soaring digital coins. Millions of meme cryptocurrencies flooding the 2.6 trillion cryptocurrency space, each racing to make a mark but destined to fade into obscurity. It's like a crowded party where not everyone gets a chance to dance, and those who do might not be the life of the party for long.
You believe that there are only certain crypto assets that will gain the most spoils. What do buyers need to be aware of?
That the millions of meme coins will probably end up worthless. So when we're talking about the big three, we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. The use cases for those are multiplying. And we think they're going to become very important in the years ahead. Meme coins, not so.
What about Trump's meme coin? Is that one of the ones that you think will become worthless, Cathie?
It's interesting. The meme coins will be collector's items, so digital collector's items. And so, of course, some will withstand, will withstand the judgment of time. And that may be one of them. But our working assumption is that when you're talking about millions of meme coins, that that's just a step too far, and that most of them are not going to be worth very much.
Cathie, I want to switch gears here a little bit and talk about something that I know you've been focusing on a lot, tokenization. Now, one question I have about this is, do you think the investment community, particularly the venture community, is underestimating how catastrophic this could be to their business model? If you have companies that can raise money through tokens rather than through traditional venture capital and go public this way or list this way rather than through the traditional listing process, is that a sea change coming for the way that this has typically been done?
I actually think it's very complicated, but in terms of our own venture fund, and we did start an interval fund, which is a 40 Act fund. I mean, we could see tokenizing that, putting it on chain, and enabling many, many more people to get involved with the private world. And I think other venture capital firms could do much of the same thing. I do agree there's going to be a lot more competition, a lot more ways to fund new companies. So that is true as well. So I'd say this new world's going to be complicated. When we hear Larry Fink of BlackRock saying he wants to tokenize everything, it's big because it takes a lot to move the needle at BlackRock. So we're watching the tokenization movement very closely for our own purposes as well.
Wood's insights are backed by solid data, revealing the shaky ground upon which many meme cryptocurrencies stand. The wild fluctuations in trading volumes and values paint a picture of uncertainty and caution. As we connect the dots between these revelations, a clearer picture emerges of the future landscape of digital assets. Meme coins, once heralded as revolutionary, are now facing a reality check. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
I do want to ask you a big picture question about crypto, because I think for a lot of people, they look at these tokens as stores of value, as bets that they'll go up in the future and they'll be worth more and their portfolio will grow as a result. When do you see use cases for crypto, maybe specifically Bitcoin, actually affecting us in the real world? You spoke about tokenization just now, but when will we see crypto being used as something else apart from just a store of value?
Well, I think what is happening with the stablecoin movement, which again, we're going to see deregulation and legislation this year, we think, which will open the doors to stablecoins. So USDC, that's Circles, USDT, that's Tethers. That's the on ramp into DeFi, decentralized financial services. So you're already seeing lending and saving and yield harvesting taking place on these ecosystems, which are supported by Ethereum and Solana. And of course, you're seeing wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum as well. So Bitcoin's trying to get into the game. But in terms of real utility, if you go to emerging markets, and I know this is not this market, but you go to emerging markets where their currencies destroy purchasing power and wealth with massive devaluation. So it's really their policy leaders. They are using Bitcoin in particular, but also stable coins, which is effectively the dollar, as backstops to their purchasing power and wealth, because they've been through too many of these devaluations. So I think the real utility, if you're looking at stable coins and Bitcoin today, is in the emerging markets, really protecting consumers' purchasing power and wealth.
Remember, in the ever-shifting world of finance, due diligence is key. As Cathie Wood casts her gaze towards a future where Bitcoin could reach stellar heights, it's essential to tread carefully through the maze of meme coins. But what do you think? Share your thoughts. And finally, if you would like to know more about cryptocurrencies or specifically Bitcoin, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.